birthday reading, rising sign or moon sign, right? Welcome, stars. We don't have any stars out tonight. Even in the darkness, we bring our own light. You can listen for your birthday, you can listen for your moon sign, and you can listen for your rising sign. The difference is the house location that'll be in. These March new moon. It is a magical, mystical, metaphysical time. Magicians of magic, of creating, of inspiration, of praying, of meditation, of Christ consciousness, of unity, of interconnectedness. That means the sun and the moon are together. So Pisces is the energy that escapes. It disappears. Now you see me, now you don't. That's Piscean. It is the magician. Again, let's not forget that energies, right, are extreme because you could be operating at this end or this end, right? And why do I say that? Because I know I have a friend. She shows up in the Saturday Night Lives all the time, and she can't stand when I talk about politics, right? She would rather I talk about the fantasy and the sci-fi. Matter of fact, she's like, where's the aliens? Where are the aliens? Because that's over here. Politics would be at the opposite end, right? This is the reality we don't want to deal with, right? Sci-fi and fantasy is over here. Right? And some would say, well, aliens are real. Why are you going to put them over there? Well, because then the argument would be, well, show me the alien. Where's the proof, right? And that's the whole point about astrology is it's the science of wholes. WHOLE. It's holistic. It's solid, right? It's all of that and more. So we can operate at each end. Or as we age, we find out that when we stop swinging at the extremes, we eventually are, when we swing, we end up swinging right in the middle, which is what we're always shooting for. We're always shooting for operating in the middle because that's a little bit of this and a little bit of this. It's operating in a balanced way. Idealism, meditation, creating meditations, becoming a person who's doing meditations. You'll be, now, if you don't have anything at that degree, all right, you're still feeling this strongly, folks, because we've got Jupiter at 14 degrees at this time. And so Jupiter will be highlighting Piscean themes until June, okay, until June of this year, 2022. Capricorn, if you are Capricorn, ascendant or moon or sun sign at 12 degrees, the new moon is happening in your third house, which is all about talking, thinking, communication. It's all about... This is actually a really psychic placement. If you have Piscean energy in your third house, you know what your siblings are thinking. Very mediumistic, absolutely, because Pisces can feel what others are thinking. They can feel what others are feeling. You can feel the pain of others. So that can be a difficult part in all of this. Piscean energy in the third house is communication and talking, but it's neighbors and it's coworkers. It's also people in your neighborhood, but it is social media. Right? So partaking in social media, maybe on social platforms where there's a spiritual vibe happening, like you communicate with people who have, they have similar beliefs that you do when it comes to spirituality and religion. But again, it doesn't have to just be religion. It can be about prayer and meditation. It's all about your philosophy on the divine and God and, things of that nature, conversations and communications about stuff like that. So the new moon there would represent a new form of thinking, a new way of communication, possibly being, just more sensitive to the words that come out of your mouth, having more sensitivity towards your siblings or your roommates or your coworkers, people who are in your everyday life, people who you pretty much talk to on a regular. It's being more sensitive to what they're going through, okay? But being in Pisces and having a new moon there means you have the ability to have a very powerful new moon. Because if you incorporate water and it's in your house of thinking, that's how our new moon wishes come true. Because they all start with our thoughts. And having a new moon in the house of thoughts and thinking gives you a lot of power. So don't waste this Capricorn ascendant, Capricorn risings, Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon. And it's all about how you can serve, how you can sacrifice, but how you can connect to the higher mind, how you can connect to the divine, how miracles can come true for you in your life. And that's a really good possibility. And so you may see angels in your life in terms of your neighbors, or your siblings, or your coworkers. There might be a communication that comes through that brings good news. But it's a new beginning, but it's a spiritual new beginning. It's a new journey, but it is about solitude as well. You know, Pisces keywords to plug in: volunteer work. It's the metaphysician, intuitions. It's we are all one. It's the Christ consciousness. It's idealism, okay? It's fantasy. So you might be a really good creative writer. Absolutely. Having Pisces in that third house. The scribe is the third house. It's Gemini energy, but if you have Pisces there, you are really good with creative writing and creative communications. You know, get that story going, get that manuscript going, like make that intention clear that this is what you want. Poetry, really good with poetry and sound when you speak. Sensitivities in feeling what other people's needs and what their pains may be, and addressing them, right? This is a good opportunity to create creative sounds, creative words, just creative visuals. Use this energy. So again, new moon is on March 2nd, 2022. Get the hour of power, 11:33 a.m. to make your new moon wishes. Tapping into those higher frequencies and letting it flow freely from your being. Express, share, radiate, and shine, because you are the divine.